I am Al Bartell. I am a certified mediator with the Gullah Geechee Culture Initiative of Sapelo Island and extended to McIntosh County, Georgia. The public statement is to communicate that the principles of equity in governance has been violated by this commission. Not all of the members of the commission has violated it. Commissioner Jordan has been interested in equity in governance. Equity in governance happens when the neighborhood leaders, community leaders, faith leaders, and small business leaders have the same access to government and the decision-making process of public policy as lobbyists, special interest groups, and corporations. We are clear that the equity and governance principle of public engagement has been violated on the proposed solid waste fee of $75 per parcel via the proposed resolution number 2012-9. This $75 fee is assessed on each parcel of land as a trash collection fee. If there's no property on the land, nothing's been built, or no trash to be collected, it's still going to be a $75 fee. Additionally, on Sapelo Island, we have a community trash pickup where everybody has to take their trash to one place. Yet and still, on Sapelo Island, for each parcel of property, a $75 fee is being proposed. That's not equity in governance. At the same time, there are corporations in this county who own several pieces of property, like the timber companies. They're only getting assessed one trash fee. That's not equity in governance. We're absolutely clear that if a piece of legislation is proposed by the county commission to be voted on, the members of the community have a right to public comment. This commission has denied that right. That's not equity in governance. The proposal is due to be voted on in August. We have not had a public hearing. That's not equity in governance. This particular trash fee policy violates 3 strategic planning processes that are already in place. The first one was adopted on July the 11th, 1995. The zoning ordinance of McIntosh County, Georgia, Section 515, district intent for hog humming. This trash fee violates that ordinance and that public policy. In 1998, the Georgia Department of Natural Resources developed the Sapelo Island Management Plan. This trash fee violates the intent and the strategy of that management plan. In 2007, an affordable housing feasibility study for Sapelo Island Cultural and Revitalization Society hog humming community was conducted. This trash fee violates the integrity of that feasibility study. So we're clear that the descendants of the last culturally intact island, Barrier Island on Georgia, have been put at a disadvantage by this fee. Additionally, every resident, every citizen every small business owner, every neighborhood and community leader, every faith leader that is impacted by this trash fee, equity and governance has been violated as a principle. So we have chosen to deliver a communication to the press. We will not step back, we will not pull back, and we will not shrink back. And we will never, ever, ever surrender the rights of the citizens of McIntosh County to the absence of equity and governance by lobbyists, special interest groups, and corporations. We're clear that lobbyists, special interest groups, and corporations of this county are imposing their will on the County Commission of McIntosh County. We want to thank Commissioner Jordan for being a lone voice for equity and governance. And we will stand by his side today, we will stand by his side tomorrow, and we will stand by his side forever, so that the principle of equity and governance will be the standing principle for public engagement in McIntosh County and Sapelo Island, Georgia. That concludes our public statement, and if there are any questions from the press or any statements from others, now will be the time to communicate that communication.
Well, first we just want to reiterate what equity and governance is.
Equity and governance is a principle that was established by the Constitution of the United States of America. Additionally, it is a cornerstone of the Constitution of Georgia that was enacted as far back as 1775. And in 1789 it was ratified. So we're clear that when lobbyists, special interest groups, and corporations impose their will on the governing body, there's no opportunity for the public to communicate through a public hearing. That's not equity and governance. There's no opportunity for neighborhood, community, there's no opportunity for neighborhood, community, faith, and small business leaders to impact the county commission just like lobbyists, special interest groups, and corporations. It's based on economic status in the county, but in particular on Sapelo Island, it's based on race. We're absolutely clear that the racial makeup of the residents of Sapelo Island has been factored in. The dominant population must get the communication that you can no longer have race relations be the reference point for not making services available to the citizens and the residents and the descendants of Sapelo Island.
Primary reason why the residents of Sapelo Island cannot participate in government?
There are two reference points for participation. One is when the county commission sets up their meeting. They do not deliver a communication to the Department of Natural Resources, which conducts the ferry schedule, to say, make this ferry available so that the residents of Sapelo Island can come across and participate in this meeting. Additionally, the Department of Natural Resources does not have to wait for a communication from the McIntosh County Commission. The state Department of Natural Resources can generate on their own the opportunity to make the ferry available so the residents can come across and attend county commission meetings. That barrier is a slap in the face and a direct defiance of the principles of equity and governance.
So what you're saying is the Department of Natural Resources could alter the schedule at least once a month for the commission meeting?
absolutely we're clear that the Department of National Resources could alter the schedule in order to have Sapolinians attend the county commission meeting. We want to thank everyone for coming out and attending this press conference. It is not the last communication. It is only the beginning. We shall take a stand, and our voice will be heard on Sapelo Island, in McIntosh County, in the southeast region of Georgia, in the southeast region of America, and the United States of America. It is within that we have communicated this public policy statement.